You have three very experienced and influential players in Dave Ward, Carl Sinclair and Ross Chisholm. I'm dying to know, how did that come about? Did you approach them, or did Quinn send them here?
No, Squints didn't. We kind of approached them. So I was looking for a coach. We've been out advertised. We've taken some advice from various people. There was a connection we had at the RFU who said Dave Ward was leaving Pirates, coming up this way, done his level 3, sort of guy that you might find really helpful. So arranged to meet up. We had a coffee. It went really, really well. Everything went from there. So Dave came on board, and then he brought in Kyle, and he brought in Ross. It's fantastic, you know. So yeah, great connection, and it was more by word of mouth and a connection at the RFU.
Brilliant. Tell me about the short history of the club and about the merge that took place back in 2003.
Okay, so 2003, it was decided there wasn't enough, I suppose, rugby, if you like, in terms of players that were available within the area. So the feeling was that if we brought Old Guildfordians and Guildford together, we could create a centre, and particularly around the youth and the development side. So the idea was that we'd have a really credible club in one place, and that kind of went forward. It had its ups and downs, obviously, as you can imagine, players and history, but broadly it came together really well. And since then, I think we've gone from strength to strength, and we've really managed to develop the overall side from under 7 up to under 21, and then we've got the whole team, the first team, doing really well now in National 3. So it's been a successful transition, and you know, really pleased that we did it.
On the pitch, the rugby has definitely benefited from the merge.
Yep.
3 promotions over the past 13 years speaks volumes. Yep. But I want to know, has the club benefited, and if so, where? Because as far as I believe, there has been a merge once before in the past.
Yeah, many years ago. Yeah, I think the difference this time is that we got it right off the pitch as well as on the pitch. So when you look at the way the club's developed, you look at this clubhouse, which has been completely refurbished. The whole ethos of the way we've approached it is a community game. The real attention to detail on youth and minis, the ladies' side's been really successful, and the whole feel about it. And we've always reached out to the community in terms of sponsorship, support to the community in terms of work with the elderly care home over the road, things like that has made it really feel strong. So I think that's made a big difference, and that's transmitted itself onto the pitch. So for the first team and for the senior club, there's an awful lot of foundation underneath what we've done. So I think it's a difference in approach, and I think that's been a really successful approach, and I think it holds us in good stead for the future.
How expensive is level 5 rugby, and how does a club of this size survive?
That's an interesting one. So if you look at the league, you'll have different approaches to this. So we've got a particular ethos. We don't pay players. We're absolutely wedded to that. We don't think that works in the long term. So you are what you are. You get where you get to. So we develop players, bring them through, and we've done that, and we've been reasonably successful. When we look at where we are in this league, we hope to stay up. We hope to be maybe mid-table, and then we'll see what happens beyond that. Obviously, you can invest, you can take a different view, you can contract players, and you know, different clubs have different levels of ambition for that. For us at the moment, for this particular season, we're on a platform of don't play players, develop, bringing players through, and being successful, having high quality coaching. So the coaching is big for us. We've invested more in the coaching, both at senior and junior level, than we've done in the playing, and that's been our approach to the whole playing side.
You briefly touched on the ambitions there.
Yeah.
What are the ambitions of the club on and off the pitch over the next 3 seasons?
Okay. So we're literally just doing a piece of work through the whole club about the next 5 years, a 5-year plan. Okay. So we had a cycle which we've just completed, which was to get to National 3, to rebuild the clubhouse, to develop all the things that I've said, and now we're looking at a second 5-year cycle. So probably inappropriate for me to say I know what the club will decide, but I think what I'm hearing is that we would be looking to think about National 2. And how we would do that. That does raise some serious questions about our off-the-pitch approach, does raise some questions about whether we're a cask, whether we want to change that. So there are some real important issues there to decide, but I think we want to develop that way. I think in terms of the club itself and the clubhouse, we've got some other things we'd like to do within the gym and other areas like that. We want to develop our community links more strongly, so not on rugby necessarily, but supporting local charities, supporting the local community. We want to develop that ethos as well, so we feel as we're part and plugged into the local community. So we've got those sort of things that we really feel strongly about. We've got our commercial side, so we don't have one big sponsor, we've got a variety of sponsors. So looking at our commercial side of things, we've got some really strong plans about how we want to develop that. So I think all of those things, all those ingredients together, will lead hopefully to us being successful and sustainable on the pitch. That's kind of where we are. So in the next 2 months we'll have a credible plan agreed for the next 5 years, and the board hopefully will take that forward.
Well, sounds like exciting times ahead. Ian, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you for your
pleasure.
time.
Okay.
Thank you.